Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were not a priority? It's a pretty terrible feeling, but what's even worse is when it's someone close to you, a family member, friend, or partner who makes you feel that way. But what if I told you that there are proven ways to become a priority in someone's life? In fact, if you understand and apply what we are about to show you, it becomes pretty easy. According to psychology, there are 9 proven steps that will help you make sure that you're always at the top of someone's list. By following these 9 steps, you'll be able to ensure that the person you care about feels like you're always a priority in their life. So make sure to watch this video all the way through and take notes if necessary. Click the like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Understanding the big problem. Before showing you the solution, it's critical that you first understand the problem. Because if you don't understand the problem, then the solution won't make any sense. To make it easier, ask yourself this simple question. What makes you feel like you're not a priority? For most people, it comes down to 2 things: time and attention. You see, we live in a world where there are only 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week. And because of that, we have to make choices about how and with whom we spend our time. The problem arises when the person you care about chooses to spend their time somewhere else or with someone else, instead of spending it with you. But here's the big question. Why do they choose to spend their time elsewhere and not with you? According to research, there are 2 primary reasons. 1. They know that you are always going to be there for them. They simply take you for granted. 2. They don't see you as an important part of their life, and that's why they choose to spend their time with others and not with you. I know that for some, this is hard to hear, but it's the truth. Now that you understand the problem, it's time to change everything by learning the solution. Step 1. Stop initiating communication. If you're finding that you're always the one initiating communication with someone important to you, it might be time to take a step back. For some of you, this might sound counterintuitive. After all, if you're trying to become a priority in someone's life, shouldn't you be the one initiating communication? The answer is no. You see, when you're always initiating communication, the other person starts to take you for granted. They know that they can always count on you to be the one to initiate communication. And because of that, they start to see you as less important. So what should you do instead? Simple. Stop initiating communication and see what happens. If the other person is truly interested in you and cares about you, they will make an effort to communicate with you. Step 2. Don't always be available. The term quality over quantity is often used for many different things, but it can also apply to the people in your life. If you want to be a priority in someone's life, you may need to be less available. The more you are available, the more likely you are to be taken for granted. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should only be available when it's convenient for you. But if you are always the one who is flexible and accommodating, it's time to start putting yourself first. By doing this, you're sending the message that you have a life outside of them and that you are not just waiting around for them. Step 3. Don't share everything. Generally speaking, people are attracted to things that are a bit mysterious. The allure of the unknown can be very powerful, and it can often make people feel more connected to something. When it comes to relationships, being a little bit mysterious can definitely work in your favor. If you want someone to see you as a priority, try not to let them know everything about you right away. Drop hints about your hobbies and interests, but don't give away too much information. Be vague when answering questions, and avoid talking about your past too much. The goal is to keep the person guessing and wanting to know more about you. With time, they will definitely start to see you as a priority in their life. Step 4. Let them invest in you. Ask yourself this question. Who is more likely to see you as a priority? Someone who has invested a lot in you, or someone who hasn't? The answer is obvious. If you want someone to start seeing you as a priority, you need to let them invest in you. This can be done in many different ways. For example, you can let them invest their time in you by saying no to plans that you know you won't be able to make. You can also show them that your time is valuable by not always being available and by making them wait for you. Doing this will send the message that you are not just anyone, and that they need to work a bit harder if they want to earn your time. This will make you appear like a challenge, and they will start to see you as a priority. Step 5. Prioritize your needs. This is not the same as being selfish. Prioritizing your needs simply means that you are not going to put yourself in a position where you are not a priority. For example, if you know that someone is not going to treat you the way you deserve, why would you want to be around them? By surrounding yourself with people who see you as a priority, you are more likely to be seen as a priority yourself. It's also important to remember that you cannot control how someone else feels about you. All you can do is focus on how you feel about yourself. If you want to be a priority in someone's life, make sure that you are a priority in your own life first. Step 6. Don't make them the center of your life. Did you know that people are often attracted to things that they cannot have? It's true. The more someone feels like they have to work for something, the more they will want it. This is why you should never make the other person the center of your life. If you do, they will start to take you for granted. It's important to have your own life outside of the relationship. This doesn't mean that you should neglect them, but it does mean that you should make sure that you have a life outside of them as well. This will send the message that you are not desperate for their attention and will make them value you more. Step 7. Create a fear of losing you. This is one of the most powerful psychological techniques that you can use to make someone see you as a priority. People are often more motivated by the fear of losing something than they are by the prospect of gaining something. If you want someone to start seeing you as a priority, you need to make them fear that they might lose you. To do so, you can start by pulling away from them emotionally. Stop confiding in them and sharing your feelings with them. You can also start spending more time with other people and less time with them. This will make them feel like they are not as important to you as they used to be. This is a very powerful technique, but it should be used with caution. If you pull away too much, they might just give up on trying to get you back. Step 8. Create your own happiness. If you want to become a priority in someone's life, it's important to create your own happiness and not depend on them to make you happy. While it's great to have someone you can rely on and who makes us feel good, depending on them for our happiness can often lead to disappointment. Not only that, but when we're depending on others to make us happy, we're not really living our own lives. We're living according to their schedule and priorities, which can lead to resentment. If you want to be a priority in someone's life, it's important to create your own happiness. Not only will this make you happier in the long run, but it will also make you more attractive to others because you'll appear more well-rounded and confident. Step 9. Be willing to walk away. The idea of walking away from someone we care about can be frightening, but it's an important step if you want to be a priority in their life. By showing them that you're not afraid to walk away, you're sending the message that you're not going to settle for anything less than what you deserve. If you have tried everything and you're still not a priority in their life, then it might be time to walk away. This doesn't mean that you have to break up with them, but it does mean that you should take a step back and reassess your relationship. Often when we're faced with the prospect of losing someone, we realize how much they mean to us and we're willing to make the changes necessary to keep them in our lives. Final thoughts. Please note that the purpose of this video is not to make anyone feel bad about themselves or to manipulate others. We all have different priorities in life, and there is nothing wrong with that. Even though most of the given steps are backed by the psychology of human behavior, there's no guarantee that these steps will work in every situation. The best thing you can do is be the best version of yourself and to focus on your own happiness. The right person will see you as a priority and will make the effort to keep you in their life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and watch the recommended videos that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.